In Gorakhpur now, where the Union Health Ministry has had earlier, in fact, formed a three-member team to investigate what had really happened at the BRD hospital on the fateful night that reported several children dead. The report has concluded here that the reason, that being nearly 50% of deaths that have occurred in 48 hours time of admission, implying that the first level of care after admission is poor. It's of course been written in a very twisted manner, not outright wanting to blame either the state government or why the condition is so bad at the BRD hospital, instead only politely putting across their findings. I seen a colleague at the Times Network, Srinjoy, gets us these details.
Well, this was a report. This is the report, 5 or 6 pages. This was something that the health ministry here wanted. And they got 3 people, someone from the ministry, someone from Lady Hardinge Hospital, and someone from Safdarjung. They went to Gorakhpur, looked at the entire place for a day, and came back with a report. First of all, this business of, no increase in deaths, what it really means, if you look at it slightly differently, is that the number of deaths all through has been very, very appalling. It's not just a matter of a spike in July or August. That number has been constant or largely constant for months and months, which means that no, it's not that a lot of children died in July or August. It means that a lot of children are dying all through every month. That's really the question, and it's just that the media picked it up recently. That's really point number 1. Secondly, it speaks about doctors. As far as trained doctors are concerned, there are 4 when there should be 12. And they are there during regular hours, office hours, 9 to 5. So what happens when a child is very, very ill at 3 o'clock in the morning, when that child is gasping for breath? There is nobody there except young interns, house staff, people who are just still students who are learning to be doctors. And that's all the help that they can give you. Secondly, the matter with nurses. Yes, there are an adequate number of nurses. But at the end of the day, are the nurses deployed properly? Well, this report says no, they are not deployed properly. The point here is that many of these nurses, apart from being badly deployed, are not properly trained. So out of 31 nurses there, only 3 have the training to deal with little children, with infants, with newborn babies. Now, what kind of number is that? 10%? The other issue, and this is a huge issue, which really deals with sanitation. At this point, this report speaks about people not washing their hands, there not being enough disinfectant, the fact that 3-4 newborn babies are placed in one cradle at the same time, the fact that, after a baby has gone and a new one comes in, the sheets are not changed, and the new baby is now prone to much more infection than he or she should be. So this is not a hospital, this is a hospital from hell. That's really the first point. Secondly, what can be done? As far as this report says that 50% of the deaths happened within 48 hours of admission. So you can almost say it's better that they are not admitted to the hospital. There is also a problem as far as oxygen cylinders are concerned. It says very clearly in 1 or 2 places that, look here, yes, ventilatory therapy is there, but it's not used properly. That's another problem. The report then speaks about what can be done. And a lot can be done very clearly if things are as bad as they are. One, of course, is a question of getting more doctors. Second is a question of better training of nurses particularly. Third is more investment in infrastructure. You obviously need new beds, you obviously need new cleaning material, you need enough injections, you need enough medicines. The report speaks very appallingly of the fact that here are poor people who are coming to this hospital and they are being forced to buy medicines, they are being forced to buy injections, they are being forced to buy food. If this is the state of a hospital, they might as well have stayed at home. Finally, the important point is transport. Now, there are these little dispensaries near the villages. The idea is to have better transport. So if someone is really sick, the transport arrangements are there so they can be brought to the hospital long before the patient is really ill. So this is a very damning report. One of the most terrible things one has ever to read.